How many of you guys have a child or children, or plan on having children in the future? Today, I will be telling you about a bracelet that I wear on my arm every day and that I have worn for the past almost 3 years now, who it represents and what it means to me. I always knew that I wanted to have a child, but when I had one, I didn't know the amount of love, that's involved in motherhood. And so by the end of this speech, you'll learn who Braylon is and how I got the bracelet and how much it means to me. So first, let me tell you about who Braylon is. When I was 23, I got pregnant after thinking that I couldn't get pregnant because me and the guy that I was with for 2 years, we tried kind of off and on, and it never happened. And then finally it did. I was so scared because obviously I'd never been a mom before, so I didn't really know what to expect. So it was a lot of different emotions, a big roller coaster for sure. I had my family's support, but I still had no idea what I was doing. I was at a point in my life where I thought I was grown and I thought that I was ready to be a mom and tackle motherhood, but I was wrong. I was still very young minded. I wasn't serious about anything, especially when it came to my future. Like, I had no idea what life path I was going down, even at 23. So me and Braylon's dad broke up when I was very early on in my pregnancy. I was a single pregnant mom with no education other than a high school diploma at the age of 23. I was working at a fast food job at Subway at the time. I was an assistant manager, but even then I was only making like $9 an hour. So it was a little rough. It was very stressful. But once I had Braylon, it absolutely changed my life. It was a definite eye-opener for sure. Even when I was pregnant with her, before I even had her, I knew that I wanted more out of life. I wanted more for not just her, but for me too. She deserved it. I deserved it. I needed to be that mom. So I enrolled myself into classes at the College of Albemarle after I had her. I think it was only like 3 or 4 months after I had her, I enrolled myself for spring classes. And I started my goals of working towards either dental assisting or nursing school. I took school very serious. Like, I would stay up when she was sleeping, try to get my work done when she was up, I would just put her like beside me, like hold her in one arm and type with the other arm, but I did what I had to do. And so eventually I ended up transferring here to Pitt because I've always heard, good things about Pitt. I moved, to New Bern, so Pitt was a lot closer to me than College of the Albemarle near Elizabeth City was. So I have a 3.7 GPA here at Pitt, and this spring I will be applying to both the dental assisting and the nursing program as my number 2 option. So I'm very excited about that. Braylon helped me grow so much as a person, a daughter, a sister, a friend, and a mother. And I'm so grateful for her. It was basically like a blessing in disguise kind of thing. Like, I didn't know how bad I needed her until I had her, if that makes sense. And one day when you guys who don't already have kids, when you do, you'll understand what I'm talking about. So let me tell you how I got the bracelet. So one of my friends on Snapchat had posted a video, and I wasn't trying to like get all in her business, but I saw it and I was like, oh, that's really cute. So I messaged her and I was like, hey, you know, like, did you make that bracelet yourself, or like, where'd you get it from? Like, I want to get one with Braylon's name on it. And she was like, I have this girl on Facebook who actually makes jewelry. She's a stay-at-home mom also. She has a son who is around my daughter's age, and she makes, you know, jewelry and stuff at home. So I was like, okay, cool. So she gave me her Facebook page name, and I searched for, I found it. It's actually called Queen T Designs. She has a whole like Etsy shop, but she also like has a page on Facebook where she sells her stuff. So I messaged her and I was asking her about the bracelet, and she was like, okay, I got you, girl. Like, you know, turnaround time for orders is a little slow, because during that time, that was when the mail was like super behind. So it took like almost a month, I think, for me to get it from Greenville to where I was living in Plymouth at the time. And that was only an hour driving distance, but I guess the mail was just all crazy. But then I finally got it and I was like, oh my goodness, I love it. Like, it's colorful. Absolutely love it. And now I can have Braylon with me all the time. So even when she's not physically with me, she's always with me, if you get what I'm saying. The bracelet, I'm a bracelet fanatic, so I always have these bracelets on, but this is the one that I'm talking about. The one that says Braylon. Sorry, let me try to fix it. It actually says Braylon, and it's just little beads all the way around. You know, it's nothing like crazy, but to me, it means a lot. Like, it's a lot of story behind it because of who it represents, and it represents me. Like, 95% of me is just being a mom, like being Braylon's mom. So I've worn it every day for the past 2 years, so that's why it's not as colorful as it used to be. But when I first got it, it was super bright and the beads were so pretty. But, you know, after 3 years of wearing it every day, like even in the shower, like when I wash dishes and everything, it's just faded out. But I'm going to continue to keep wearing it until it either breaks and falls apart, or, yeah, probably just until it breaks and falls apart, to be honest. So, in conclusion, I've told you who Braylon is, I've told you where I got my bracelet, and I showed you what the bracelet looks like. So I hope that this helped give a little bit more insight on me and who I am as a person, and, you know, how being a mother really is the light of my life, because she was like my rainbow in the darkness, basically, and helped me a lot as a person.